Assalamu alaikum, dear students. This is our experimental part. This is a report that we are going to work. This is the cover page of the report. You can see the experiment number 1, physics 135. This is the name of the experiment, the date that you did the experiment, and your section number, your name, your ID. If you have any partner, you can include their name and ID. Then this is the second page. Here it is the objective. Here you can write the objective of that day's experiment. All the experiments will have an objective, and our goal, our experimental purpose is to reach our objective. And here, this is a space you can write the theory that we use in the experiment in order to reach our objective. Here comes some sample exercises, and here a simple exercise. We were asking just you to write the scientific figures and significant figures, and in scientific notations we were asking you to write. This question, express the number listed in that table 1 to 3 significant figures, writing the numbers in the first column in normal notation and the numbers of the second column in scientific notation. That means it is already in 4 significant figure. We are asking you to convert it into 3, right? You know that it will be 1.0 because this is 4 significant, yeah. And the same way we were asking you to do this. And here we're asking you to write it in scientific notation, but keep 3 significant figure, right? So here, how many significant figure? It has only 2 significant figure, right? But we want this into 3. So you know that it is 6.70. That means, yeah, into 10 to the power 4. So the same way, some small questions we will be always asked to do. And this is the data analysis part. Here we mention in the heading, it is about cylinder. That means in the practical manual, we mention what you are supposed to do. It is already shared with you, right? Actually, in this experiment, we were asking you to identify the material of the given cylinder. So that means I'll be coming back to that anyway. So this is the data analysis page. Here you need to complete all the required, you need to complete all the fields, and you need to come up with a solution for all of these, and finally you need to conclude your result. You can see here we mentioned that the result, we were asking you to find the density of the cylinder. From the density of the cylinder, we will be able to identify the material. So anyway, I will be briefing you about our experimental plan, but this is the sample report, and most of the times we will be providing you such a sample form of report, and you need to complete all the data and data analysis. So today my plan to just to concentrate on the objective and how to reach our goal. I'm going to explain you, and this is for the fine measurement experiment. Okay, so look here, this is the objective part. Okay, your objective is to identify the material of the given cylinder. You cannot make any conclusion or any assumption that it is made up of aluminum or copper or iron, whatever. You cannot. In order to provide a final answer, you need to have scientific evidence. We need to have, in order to claim, you need to have evidence. That means we need to do it in a physical way. How can we do it? Because identifying the material, yeah, we can easily identify the material once we know its density, because density is a unique value for every material. So that's the thing. In fact, you have an option to use balance measuring instruments, so we can easily identify the material from its density, right? So we are going to reach our goal by knowing its density. That's correct. So now we know that density is given by yeah, the mass of that cylinder divided by the volume of that cylinder, right? Now, yeah, you already know how to take the mass of that cylinder. We will be providing a balance. So what you will do, you will just keep the cylinder on the top of the balance, then you will get its mass, right? Of course, you will be getting the mass, then you know the mass. Now, then next thing is we need to get the volume. How can I reach the volume? True, because we know that volume of the cylinder is we can easily measure because we have the instruments to measure its radius and we have an instrument to measure its height. We'll be using, actually we already trained you how to use the micrometer. In this experiment, we ask you to use the micrometer to measure the radius or diameter of the cylinder, and we ask you to use the vernier caliper to measure the height. Actually, during this experiment, you will be using these instruments and you will be getting hands-on experience on these instruments, and that is one of our objective too. So our aim is to train you how to use all these instruments. Anyway, so by the way, we will reach our objective, right? So then from this density, we will be able to identify the material. Now, let me discuss about how we can do the experimental part. Look here, we understand that the density is given by mass divided by volume. And of course, density we need in standard form. That means we need to get the final answer in kilogram per meter cube. But when in the beginning of the experiment, when we ask you to measure the mass, maybe if you are using the balance, you will see that the mass is maybe 25 gram. You can write it in 25 gram, and maybe while you are measuring the volume, we ask to measure, you need in order to get the volume, because we know that the volume of the cylinder, actually the volume equation, everybody know that volume is base area. I mean, the base area of the cylinder is like a circular shape, right? And everybody know that it is pi r square, and the height, this is the height of the cylinder. So yeah, the height is h. So from this base area, volume is area into h, right? Base area times height. So that means the volume equation is pi r square times h, pi r square h, right? And actually, while you are doing in the experiment, you know, in order to get the radius, you cannot measure the radius directly. So instead, what you will do, you will measure the diameter, because you are keeping this cylinder across the micrometer, you will get the diameter. And of course, we know the relation. Diameter is 2 radius, right? So that means radius is diameter divided by 2. If I substitute that equation here, what will be the volume relation? Pi, that means why we are using this equation? Because we are measuring the diameter directly. So pi d by 2, the whole square h, that means pi d square h divided by 4. So this is the volume equation. So let us rewrite the equation for the density. So density equal to mass by volume. Mass, let's say the mass is m and the volume is pi d square h divided by 4, right? So that means we can write 4m divided by pi d square h. So this is the equation you will be using to measure the density. Now you look here, in order to measure the mass, we will be using, if you go through here, you can see that we were asking you to measure the mass, and we ask you to measure the mass in gram. So that means you will be measuring the mass of the cylinder using the balance, and you will write those values. Probably we ask you to do 5 times. While you are using a very accurate instrument, you may get 5 different values. Then we ask you to write the mean value here, right? At the same way, we ask to find the height of the cylinder in millimeter. That means we are asking you to take the first measurement in millimeter, all height in millimeter. The same cylinder, we are going to measure the height of the cylinder in 5 times, 5 different times. So you look here, I mean, the best way to measure the 5 different height is you can start from this position and this position, then this, then this position and this position. So that means you will get a 5 different height, because it will be a slight differences. You will be noticing that while you are scanning through the height, you will get 5 different values of height, and of course they will be very very close. Then we will write the mean value of the height. The same way the diameter that you are going to measure using micrometer, but I said we are measuring it in terms of millimeter, and the same way that we did, you will scan different positions and we'll get the corresponding diameter, and we will have 5 different diameter, maybe they are very close. And from this data table, you will have the height, and you have the diameter, and you have the mass. So you can easily find the density. What is the density? Density equal to 4 mass. We already have the mean value of the mass, and pi d square h. So once you substitute these values here, you will get the density in gram per millimeter cube. Now you need to convert that into the standard unit. That means that you need to convert that. Imagine while you are doing the experiment and you converted that and you are getting a value 2702 kilogram per meter cube is the density. What you will do? Yes, how will you identify the material? That's what I said. After you get this value, you'll be going to the Google, you just put density, then you will be reaching the Wikipedia page, and they mentioned that density is mass by volume, right? And if you come all the way down, you can see there is a data sheet here. This data sheet will provide you densities of all the materials. If you go through this, you can see the density of fresh water, 1000 kilogram per meter cube, 1000 kilogram per meter cube, right? And of course, if you go all the way down, you can see the value range. Yes, if it is 2700, oh yeah, then you will identify it is aluminum. Imagine if it is 7800 range, then you will say it is iron. If it is 8900 range, then you will say it's copper. These are the common metals, right? If it is lead, it will be 11,000. And look at the density of gold, it is 19,320. So from the density, you will be able to identify the material. So that's what you are going to do in our lab. So once again, I'm going to conclude you while you are coming into the lab, you know our goal, right? Yes. So actually this part, the error analysis part, we will be explaining in the error and analysis days. Actually, by this time you will be able to answer this part, and this is the density area. Okay. That's all about our experiment. Wishing you all success, and at the same time we'll be in the lab, and any kind of helps will be providing. All the best.